Ready. Yellow waiting.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
5-8.
Mike 3. Mike 3.
It's over. Wait, tight.
Breeze now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
What we got?
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Got him in, he finds Sanders. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
That's good for the Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Yellow waiting.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
11. Wait, tight.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 41.
Sammy.
Tackles.
Here, 21.
4, Mike 4. Let's go.
Wait, tight.
Again, it's Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. 20. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Wait, tight. Ready.
Mike 47. Bend it. Hey, let's go.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
80 weapons. Hey, Alabama.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 34-yard line.
380.
Check, 47. Hey, here we go.
Regular.
On second and 12, Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, picks up his second sack of the afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Even. 4 down. Even. You go 21. 21. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Hey, box drop. 23.
Play action. Breeze. He'll air it out deep for looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Shotgun now for Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
13.
Throwing now is Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Breeze now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Kill. Hey, Alpha. Get that ball.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to look deep down the field. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10 from the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. On 1st down, Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Wide 20. Check, 47. Oh, here we go. Oh, Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Let go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Easy, opposite.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Second and 8 at the 36-yard line.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. Hey, check Mike 47. Check it.
From the 36, Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Mike 47. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Brady now on first down. He's got Smith here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Recon, 152 fighter.
At the 49-yard line.
Rip.
Now Brady. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Turn up. Kill 23 now. 72. Let's go up.
After the penalty, it's Jones. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
5-9.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brees.
The competition comes up in so many.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 30. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Hey, set. 380. Alert.
Coming to you, coming to you.
He's Haywood.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47. I got him. Alert.
Throwing again. Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Hey, wahoo!
47's the mic.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down. Brady. Open man has got it. It's complete. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Hey, Alabama. Sugar.
Brady now on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
He's coming. Check in. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. Yellow lady.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
5-1. Hey. High 7. Hey.
Mike 3.
All day.
To throw, it's Breeze. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Murray. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Wait, 20. Let's get in home.
Check the backer.
Rush in. Watch that. Chance. Hey, 66.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. It's taken to the 26. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down. At the 22-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive...
And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Throwing on second down. Breeze. And Thomas has it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And now here is another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Gabbard on 1st down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
To try again after the sack. Brady, that's complete to his receiver, Godwin. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Get it.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Full 50.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
Better bring.
Bravo.
You better bring.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd and short. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. They'll go with Jones. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this all. All the way down inside the 35.
We got this.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33.
You got nothing. Hey, watch hands.
Now Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Saints' 33-yard line.
And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Wait, that 380.
Bound to lose one. Hey, we got tight left. Everyone, we got four.
No,
They'll go again to Jones. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Malcolm Jenkins on the tackle.
Yeah, baby.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie-cutter day. Everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The tight end Josh Hill was the target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
4 down.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Breeze to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Wait, set 29, Alpha.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog.
Shoot. 3D, hey.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
5, 20.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson on the tackle.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Regular.
36
72.
From the 36, Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Saints take over. Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now Breeze to try again after the pick 6. Jordan Whitehead there defensively. I want to go back to something you said in the 1st quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here we go with Kamara. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Demario Davis there on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Wait, set. Wait, 20.
Check, 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 check.
Hey, Alabama.
On 2nd and 7, Brady. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7.
47, Mike. 47, Mike. 47.
Alpha. Don't let him breathe. Hey, Zoo. Hey, ball 66.
Play action. Now it's Brady. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Here's Brady to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Check. Check. Hot.
Ozzy. Hey, Orbit. Alpha.
On play action. Now Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. On 2nd and goal, Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gay is on for the point after. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Makes the score Buccaneers 38, Saints 7.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
At the 39-yard
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch one.
On play action, it's Brady. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Room to run inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Throwing now is Breeze. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
You're good.
3rd down and 12.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. So that'll back them up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Bucs, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.